Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In this video, I'll be sharing with you a piece that we have recently acquired. So this particular kiswa is made from cotton. So we purchased it recently. It just arrived a couple of days ago. And obviously the first thing that we did was test the fabric to see if it is silk or cotton. Now, the piece itself is roughly a meter by meter. It matches the original size. It matches the size of the original kiswa. So the length is approximately 86 and the width is approximately 49. So it matches the size of original kiswa. When you do touch the kiswa, it doesn't feel as smooth as silk. Okay, the design pretty much matches the original kiswa. It doesn't feel as smooth, okay, which is one thing to look out for. The edges, now what's happened is, the assumption is that the edges are here and they have been stitched to the back. So I can't actually lift this. There is a stitching which I can potentially show you. There's a stitching, okay. So the owner has stitched, has folded this back and stitched the kiswa, okay, which is not very common, okay. What they've also done is, you can see here, is they have stitched the bottom and the top, so it's like a hemline. Now, to test the fabric, you have to open this and take access to the thread, okay. So that may have been covered to prevent that. Now, the back is again very similar to the original. Jacquard weaving style. It's a decent thickness, similar to the others, but it just feels rough. I mean, just by me holding it like that, it's fairly smooth, but it's not completely smooth, okay. It's a bit like the difference between a polished car and an unpolished car. A polished car, your hand will just run very smoothly, and an unpolished car, you can feel the dirt, okay. You can see the kiswa has signs of use. There are marks. There are areas where it has been used, like here. You can see there are signs there. So the size is similar. The width is, the length is, the edges are similar to what the original would be. You know, but there is some doubt there. Now, we've tested the fabric and we've taken a thread from the top. Okay, you can see we've opened it up a little, and we've taken a thread from the side as well, and it appears to be cotton. Okay, this kiswa appears to be cotton. So from our side, to conclude, this kiswa most likely would be a replica. The reason why I say most likely is because there may have been, and there's not enough research to suggest this, but it may have been the case that during certain times, silk may have not been available to the Saudis quickly enough, and therefore they may have used cotton as an exception, okay. This is possibly one of the suggestions. So this is obviously what we can conclude. Obviously, majority, well, I won't say majority, all of the kiswa that we have, especially the kiswa, the Kabah, it is made from silk, and this one obviously isn't. So do check what you are purchasing, even though it looks like the real piece, the size, the edges, etc., they all match. And it pretty much fits the criteria. It just doesn't, for me, I'm not fully convinced. Okay. I know early Saudi period, obviously when the Saudis didn't have that sort of wealth and the country was a lot more poor than it is today, they may have used other materials and fabrics to produce the Kiswa because of funds. However, this piece here, you can see the design is the current design before the previous design. Many years ago, when the design was different to this, that's probably when the Saudis didn't have the sort of funds available that they have today. So this piece is relatively recent, should I say, in the last, maybe 70 years. This design has been used, and the Saudis have had the funds. So I can't see a reason why they would have opted for cotton as opposed to silk. So that's what I can conclude. And as I said, this piece is going to be sent back to its owner. We have politely declined to purchase this piece because obviously if it's not silk, then it just brings that doubt, and if there is any doubt, then it's best to return an item. So Jazakallah khairan. Like I said, I just want to clarify, I'm not saying this piece is 100% replica, but most likely it would be, purely because of how the fabric has been made from cotton. Okay, and if I do receive any further information about the piece and clarity, if I do receive any information, for example, from the Kiswa factory or from people that have significant experience and they are able to confirm that actually there might have been periods where they might have switched to cotton temporarily, then I will definitely post that information in the chat. Jazakallah for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.